Hi guys, it's me Danielle Danibuttons, and I'm here today with our monthly Disney page. I feel like my lighting is weird. Oh, you know why? Because it's weird. Much better. Okay, my lamp was switched to screen viewing instead of paper viewing. But anyway, today I'm going to color my first page in Trompe-l'oeil Tome 3, which is Optical Illusions. And I'm excited. This is going to be a little bit different because this is kind of like a hybrid page, which I'll tell you all about. First of all, when you open your page, you can see a different character. So I'm doing this page, but I will not be coloring Gaston. Yeah, that's kind of what the optical illusion thing is to these books. It's like a surprise, I guess. I don't know. I personally always look at the answer key, so it's not a surprise. But if you wanted it to be a surprise, it is. What I will say is there are pros and cons to this book. The con is if you are brand new to these types of books at all, it can be a tiny bit confusing, all the lines. So you might want to watch out for that. But the pro is overall, these books tend to be easier because of that extra hurdle, I would like to say. So, all right. I'm showing the answer key, but only for this one. So like this spread that has this one on it. Ready? We are doing Lefou. Hopefully you can see him. Yeah. So what makes this book kind of a hybrid is it has some black outlining, but not around the whole character. So you can see for Lefou, it's like around his eyes, around his hair, and a little bit of his outfit. So I tackle these pictures in a few different ways. Obviously, we can just go for it and color what we see. But sometimes you can tell the outlining around his hands, for example, could very well be black outlining instead. And that would help. You know what I'm saying? I hope any of this makes sense. I'm just going to go and do black first, like always. Another tip, if you see 1, 2, and 9 look exactly the same to me. So I might potentially just do all of them in black. I don't know how well that's picking up on camera, but I'm just gonna go for it and see what comes of it. So for these books especially is when I will lean on the answer key because like I said, it's a tiny bit more confusing having the extra outline. But for me, doing the black first kind of shows me where everything is for the most part. So here are Lefou's eyeballs. For outlining, I always use my Tombow dual-ended water-based brush marker. And I use the fine tip side to literally outline even the outlines. And then if it's thick, I'll go back with my brush tip at the end. That's just what works the best for me. I know a lot of people just color straight as they go. Yeah, this is the third book in this series. Book 1 and 2 are some of my favorites because they tend to have the dark black outline, and that is my preferred method of coloring these. I just really love the bold 2D look. So, looks like the whole outline of his tie. Yeah, how I pick pages. For March, my personal theme is sidekicks. I came up with these themes probably in 2019, I want to say, and I've been sort of following it ever since. Obviously, like if I have the urge to color somebody specific, I just do it and I don't worry about it. But when you have like 30 of these books, it can be hard to pick. So I assigned a theme for each month that I try to follow, and for March it is sidekicks. So Lefou, of course, is Gaston's sidekick. I'm also at the tail end of a butterscotch, so I hope you don't hear me sucking on the butterscotch. but it's almost over. I apologize. I almost wanted to color in his eyeballs, but I'm not going to do that because that would be incorrect. So yeah, I think that's essentially all of the number ones. And then it looks like the number 2 is around his hair. And potentially that's it. I don't even see the number 9. I think the tie itself is the number 9, so I guess I am going to have to do that a different color. Because that's obviously not a black tie, so I don't know why. I think it looks too dark on here. It actually is kind of fun when you find misprints in the book. But I mean, again, it's fun for me since I look at the answers. I imagine if you did not look at the answers, it would be less fun. Because you wouldn't know you made a mistake until it was necessarily too late, so... I think my camera's angled weird today and I have to like sit back extra far. So hopefully we don't see my head peeking in. I'm a little bit frizzy today because we took a WALK. So now I'm going to use the other side of the brush and fill everything in. Now the downside to doing the black outlining first is these are water-based markers, so if I do a light color next to the black, it could potentially run. That has happened before, but I usually just am careful. And that's it. You kind of just get better as you go. Or if I do mess up, it doesn't really bother me too much. So if it does bother you, I would recommend doing the black outlining last, but... I think what I'm going to do next actually is the background. Because again, I just like doing the big stuff first so it kind of frames in where the detail work is. So, with this book especially, it seems as if the background can be whatever you want it to be. I'm probably going to follow this, but I'm going to flip back again. So... he obviously in the movie he's never in front of a striped wall, so, and you can see on a lot of these it's just stripes. It's a fun pattern, it's like a crisscrossing, so this is definitely a good opportunity to do whatever you want. Again, I'm probably going to just follow along since this is the first page in this book, but you could totally just do one solid color. You could do different colors of stripes, whatever you want to do. It'd also be a good place. I'm desperate to try painting in these books, like acrylic painting. I've seen people do that and it looks amazing. So this would be a good place to just block out that whole background. But again, since our first one, we're probably just going to follow what they did. I'm also going to reach across you for a second, and I think I'm going to try to use my Faber-Castell Pitt pens. I have amassed a tiny collection of them over time, and hopefully we can find matches. So I could definitely take out my swatch book, but who has time for that? The other thing is it doesn't feel like it's snapping in place. How strange. Why doesn't it snap? Do they not snap? That snaps. Can you hear it not snapping? Ruh-roh. I was going to say the other thing is I love going even bolder on backgrounds, so that might be what happens here. So let's go for it. Should I zoom you in? What should we do? I think we can see pretty good. I'm just really afraid to get my head because the camera's on this side of the phone, so I feel like if I lean at all, you're gonna be seeing my head. All right, so Faber-Castell pens are India ink, apparently. I learned that when I was talking about them last time, and they also do not bleed through. These are pretty expensive markers though overall, so I don't know. I amassed my collection slowly. They sell them individually at Dick Blick, and I basically would go in and buy, I think 6 at a time, because when you get 6, they're cheaper per marker. It's like however much per marker, but once you hit a certain number, it's cheaper. So I would do that. And actually, fun story, I guess. I don't know if this is fun. The day before lockdown started here, so March 2020, the lockdown was announced and we knew it was coming, and my dad was like, you know what, go somewhere and buy some markers. So he actually gave me some money to buy some of these, knowing we'd be in the house for a long time. So that is where the majority of my collection came from. And then just since then, every time I go to Blick, I'll pick up 6 new colors. So, fun fact about these. But yeah, they do not bleed through. I have the brush tip. I think there's regular tip too. Can you see? Nothing through. And that's nice. They're also nice to get even stripes because of the brush tip. It's working for me. I don't know. This is the only brush tip that I know how to use. But that's because I'm very intentionally like going in the same direction. Otherwise, I frequently use either Crayola Super Tips, which are obviously the most affordable option, or I will use the Staedtler dual-ended water-based markers, which I love both of those. I use the Staedtler ones. I had like a 72 count that I used for a few years before I even got the Crayolas. So, also, I'm sure if you've made it this far, you already know, but I like to explain my process on the Disney books since lots of people are very interested in these books. So I'm always assuming that you are new to my channel if you are watching my videos, because I've definitely done this before, but it's a pet peeve of mine when people say, oh, everybody knows about that, and I don't know about it. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if I've done it myself, but I've seen people, for a coloring example, be like, oh yeah, I got this book, but everyone's already seen it. And I'll be like, I've never seen it. I want to see it. Or people will use like specific hobby acronyms and they'll be like, oh yeah, but everybody knows what that means. I'm like, no, I don't know what that means. Tell me. So that's why I go into detail. So I apologize if you watch every month. But now we have time to go on to the chatting. I actually have not done too much coloring yet this month because I have been doing all the other hobbies. There's really 2 other hobbies. I bought a paint by number kit from Michael's the other day, and I have been working on that. The positive is that my desk has had to be clean, so I'm still doing good with my clean desk. Thank you. I'm impressed with myself also. It's fruit themed, of course, and I'm hoping to hang it if I ever finish. It is very detailed, so I have not made it very far, but it's been fun. And I also then got distracted by pony beads. So I saw a video of somebody made one of the lizard pony bead keychain things that were super popular in the 90s, and they like crocheted it and it looked super cool, and I was like, I would like to make pony beads. So I bought a bag of pony beads and spent a night making different creations. I'm really just in the testing stage still. Where did I put them? Did I give them back to you? My pony beads? Do you have them?
No, you took them.
Okay, I don't know where I put them. Oh, I see them over there. I'm still kind of in the testing stage. I don't really know what string is best to use. I bought like some of that lanyard making string, the plastic threading type stuff, and it was okay, but it kind of kept getting twisted, so it was not the easiest. And then I tried yarn, which that was okay, except it was hard to thread because it kept like unraveling at the ends. And then I tried essentially crochet thread, and that was okay, except it was too loose when you picked it up. So that's what I made so far. I made the lizard, I made a Beanie Baby platypus, and I made an axolotl. So that was fun and a fun distraction. So now I gotta get back into coloring, which again, I'm always happy to do all of my hobbies. So let's see how I'm doing with time. Maybe I'll just do, yeah, I'm like 15 minutes in already. So I'm just gonna do this darker blue stripe and then I'll work on Lefou and then I'll do the lighter stripe, probably off camera or in time lapse. We shall see. I don't know if I have any other news. We're being tricked right now. Yesterday was 70 degrees. Today is like 72, 73 degrees. But now we have a wind advisory and I think it's going to get much, much colder. So, but for the time being, we've had the windows open and Noodles and I have spent time in the yard. Ooh, this is my favorite. My new favorite Easter related activity is last year, might have been this might be the 3rd year already. But I got Noodles her own set of Easter eggs and I put treats in them and then I hide them around the yard and she goes and finds them and it's super cute and fun for both of us. Her because she gets the treat and me because I get to watch her run around the yard. She's pretty good at it. I think the problem though is that she just at this point knows all my hiding spots. But the yard's only so big, okay? Like I can only do what I can do. But it's fun and we do like 2 or 3 rounds of that. Don't worry, I just break bigger treats up into the little eggies. I don't go too crazy. I'm nicer than Sam though. Or meaner, I don't know. I definitely give her more treats than Sam does. Because he'll break one up into like 6 pieces and I'll break it up into 2. So, she's spoiled. What can I say? So yeah, now we're kind of like losing Gaston a little bit, and Lefou is coming into shape, which is perfect, just what we wanted. And again, at the end, I'll peek in the back to make sure everything's looking smooth. I think, no. I thought my watch was yelling at me to stand, but it was just a Wordle discussion group. Who plays Wordle? Are you guys over it already? I love Wordle. Every night at midnight, I'm ready to word. Okay. That's done. I'm gonna see, I don't know what matches I'm gonna have in this set. So I might need to move on to different markers. Let's peek. I am gonna take out my color chart. I don't know when I got these, so I don't know where they are. Hey, there we go. Yeah, so I like got this whole set. I don't even know if I got them all at once or if I had gotten, my dad like got a 5-pack randomly and put it in my stocking one year. And I was like, do you know these are really good markers? And he's like, nope, I just saw them at Staples. And I was like, okay, cool. And then like I got a bunch extra and then there was that 6 and then there was that 6 and then I got a pack of blues as a gift and then those 3 blues were the ones that are not the ones I already owned. Long explanation long. Let's see what I can match. I feel like nougat looks like C. Let's see if we can find nougat. That's the only problem with this system is you kind of have to like ruffle through, but I kind of like it if I'm honest with you. Like, they're not so many that it's impossible to ruffle through. So, okay, another tip. So, for example, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 reddish, brownish colors in a row. if you don't have 4 reddish brownish colors, first of all, I would say 4 and 5 could be similar enough that you can just do both of them with the same color. But what you might not be able to exactly color match 6. You just want 6 to be darker than 7. You know what I'm saying? So if there's a lot of colors in a row, I kind of like look at the whole thing at once to see what I can match. Nougat seems pretty unique. B might be close to nougat, so this might be a mistake, but we're gonna go for it. Sometimes you make mistakes. So I'm gonna peek at the back. I think that nougat is just in his shirt up here. So this should not be too much nougat. So again, I kind of like outline the area first, just so I can see what I'm doing. And then again, I will fill it in with even top-down strokes, all in the same direction. Because since they're water-based, you will get streaks. But for me, now it looks intentional. And that's the way I like it. It almost looks like I patterned it this way. I've seen people be a lot more careful than I am and really like don't overlap at all. And it looks really good, but not me. Don't have time for that, so. Like that's potentially all the C that there is. Okay. Now what? Losing my voice. 3 and 4. Okay, 3 and 4 are definitely 2 different colors. Let's see what we got. Faber-Castell. Maybe deep sepia and caput mortem. That's one heck of a color name. That's nougat still. Caput mortem. And no, dark sepia. So I'm gonna do 3 is dark sepia. Oh yeah, that's dark. And then 4 is probably that. Yes. I wonder what 5 is. See, 5, again, I'm glad to be cross-referencing. I feel like the little dots at the bottom today are not matching up as much as usual. So 3. Right? Yes. It's a weird shape, so I was not sure. Oh, because it's around his hand. Got it. Okay. Yeah, so that's all the basics. Weather covered. I don't really have much going on, so I don't have much else to talk about, but it's all right. What else have we done? I went to Michael's when I got the paint by number. I actually went with my cousin, so that's why I got to the paint by number, because I was like, Sam's not here, let's go crazy. And then we both bought a bunch of stuff. So that's always fun. I actually bought a giant button that I'm gonna hang on the wall. And then I was like, Sam, I'm not Danny One Button. I'm Danny Buttons. So we ended up going back to Michael's and buying 2 more buttons. So now I have 3 buttons to hang on the wall. I am absolutely in love with their current office collection. It's so cute, and I wanted all of it, but I don't really have space for decor in the office. Like, wall decor, I still have some space, but physical decor, I'm a little tapped out. So I did get a sign that says craft room, and I got all the buttons. But beyond that, I had to leave it, which was very sad. They had a bunch of like ceramic tools. So they had like ceramic scissors and ceramic pencils. I was obsessed. I wanted all of it, but I showed great restraint. But if you have space in your craft room and want that kind of decor, I recommend it. But yeah, I got the giant button I got was purple, like periwinkle purple. And then the next day I got the size down. They have 2 sizes. And I got the like orange one and the pink one, and I think they will all look very fun on my yellow walls. So I'm excited. I'm hoping to, like I said, finish my paint by number and then put all 3 up. And I'm kind of waiting because I want to make sure I space it right. Since we moved in, we really haven't put much on the walls with nails. Like, I was still using strips, even though like we own the house. So I don't know why I was doing that. But now that it's all like painted, I might be ready to commit. So we'll see. We also, like for Christmas, I got Sam shelves for his side of the office, for his little trinkets. And again, we have a fear of nail commitment. So we ended up like drawing the shape of the shelves and taping them to the wall in the possible pattern. Because there's actually like a multi-pack, so you could put them in a whole variety of ways. So we've just had them taped up there for like a month. So it might be time to commit to that soon too. So then he could actually put stuff on it instead of my paper drawings. Yep, so still just going back and forth, up and down in a fun stripe pattern. Easy peasy. I just got scared that that like leaked, but I colored that. I don't know why, like looking sideways, it just looked like almost like a coffee stain. And I was very surprised. Let's see where we're at. 26 minutes. We'll probably try to finish both of these colors and then we'll go to time lapse. I don't know what videos I have planned for the rest of the month. I'm gonna do our group buddy color. I probably am gonna put the poll up for that soon, so maybe check out for that in the community tab after this video. And I'm gonna do a check-in with my 10 books to finish. I'm doing okay. So far I'm still on track as long as March goes well. Be right back. Like these, I like to say that I'm a real YouTuber to keep me from going crazy because I got interrupted, then I started my speed color, and then I lost some footage, which, you know, it happens. That's how I prove that I'm a real YouTuber, right? I feel official, and that is my attitude, to try not to have an attitude. But anyway, I have finished Lefou. Here he is. Hopefully you saw a lot of this in the speed color. I did end up just using my favorite pastels. So worked out nicely. I really do love how the background came out. I don't know if my shades match exactly, but I think they look good. Again, down here, these colors were supposed to be even browner, but I kind of like that they're red. And I always point out that it's okay to make changes to stuff like that because it's just his shirt. So the most important thing in my mind is to try to match the skin tone. That's really what makes the character look like the character. But everything else, you can have much more creative liberties if you so choose. Obviously, you can have creative liberties anywhere, but that's what I try to do. So there he is, and we're done with our page for the month. I'm happy to have gotten my first page done in this book. My goal for the year is to do 50 of these types of pages, and I think, let me peek real quick, hold on, that was number 6. So we got to pick up the pace a little bit, but I love it. So that's it from me. I apologize for the weird and abrupt ending, and now this is probably a shorter video than I would have intended, but if you made it to the end, let's have our word be Chip, the little cup from Beauty and the Beast, of course. So yes, if you like this video, thumbs up. Comment down below anything you want to comment, including our secret word chip. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm a fun time, and I'll be back again soon with something new. Also, keep an eye out for the poll for the March buddy color. That should be up on my community tab real soon. And I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye, friends.